Welcome back to another edition of the Sports Exchange. I'm your host, Alex Ramirez.
And I'm Shelly Aragon. Today, we will be covering a wide variety of trending topics in the world of sports. The NFL, college football, and Friday Night Lights.
Great, let's get started, Shelly.
Levi's Stadium, the new $1.3 billion home to the San Francisco 49ers, which will host Super Bowl 50 this February, is also, as far as the actual fields go, a total mess. On Sunday, Ravens kicker Justin Tucker shanked a field goal off the goalpost, but to blame him would be to overlook the poor field conditions entirely. Here's the video of Tucker's kick. Note that Tucker's entire leg seems to sink into the ground. Thank goodness he didn't get injured. The field conditions at Levi's Stadium have been horrible since it opened in 2014. Luckily, the NFL has a policy of entirely replacing a stadium's turf after the last game of the regular season in order to prepare for the Super Bowl.
Well, I don't think the 49ers have to worry about any kind of postseason activity the way they're playing right now. Week 6 in the NFL concluded, and there are now 5 undefeated teams that are left. The Patriots, the Packers, the Panthers, Bengals, and the Broncos, who needed overtime to beat those feisty Browns.
For the first time in 12 years, the National League Championship Series will take place at Wrigley Field, with the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs battling in Game 3 on Tuesday night at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. The Mets lead the series 2-0.
Former Los Angeles Lakers superstar Lamar Odom has been in the hospital since Tuesday of last week when he was found unconscious at Nevada's Love Ranch brothel outside of Las Vegas. He was put on life support, but we have recently been informed that he is now breathing on his own. From all of us at HBTV Sports, we wish him a speedy recovery.
And in soccer, FIFA confirmed that the presidential election will take place as originally scheduled on February 26th. And here are the highlights of the changes for FIFA. A term limit of 12 years for FIFA president, a maximum age limit of 74. The Executive Council, EXCO, would no longer have control over FIFA policies outside of internal administration. Everyone's compensation would be made public, and every confederation should have at least one woman on the EXCO. It's not anything too dramatic, but it should appease sponsors.
It was homecoming weekend in Boulder, Colorado, where the Buffs hosted the Arizona Wildcats. Let's take a look.
Rich and their guys did a good job against us. He does an excellent job. I thought their guys played well. I thought our kids played extremely hard and just came up a little bit short again. Going back into that locker room with those guys, man, I love those kids. I'm proud to coach them. They give everything they have, and it hurts to look in their eyes after a game like that. I told them we all got to find a way to reach down in our soul and our heart, our mind, our spirit, and find a way to keep taking another step. Because the good thing is we got another game next Saturday. And those kids will bounce back, and we'll bounce back and keep striving along. You can almost taste it, but that one definitely hurt.
We also got a chance to catch up with Associate Athletic Director of Sports Information, David Platty, who was recognized by the Alumni Association with the Robert L. Stearns Award. We are honored to have the Associate Athletic Director for Sports Information.
Thanks for the promotion.
Dave Platty joined us tonight. Dave, tonight's homecoming. Thank you for taking a couple minutes with us with Hispanic Business TV. How you feeling?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Feel great. Just whenever I pick my song of the day, if I like it, I feel great.
This past week, the Alumni Association recognized your career, 37 years with the Robert L. Stearns Award. What are you most proud about that?
Probably not getting fired. No, just kidding. I think, you see people jump around in sports business going from team to team, club to club, school to school sometimes, and then there's a solid block of us that stay one place for the rest of our lives or all of our lives. And so I'm kind of proud that I've weathered a few storms here and ups and downs and peaks and valleys that an athletic program or team will have. And as I pointed out that night, I've walked through the same front door 11,600 days.
Right.
And I don't know how many people do that. And I don't know if there's any kind of world record for that. But
I think that might be a world record. Well, you came to Boulder in 1978 as a freshman. Right. In 1984, you became the youngest SID in the nation. 37 years later, wow! I mean, over 1,500 games, matches, national championships, Orange Bowls, some Heisman Trophy presentations, and I believe it was a national championship in lacrosse as well. Is that correct?
No, skiing, cross country, and tennis. Okay. Skiing, cross country, and football.
What are you most fond of all those memories of going to those different big, huge events?
Oh, wow. The national championship football is still something special. And being present when the skiers have won, I've been to when they've won 4 or 5 different times. So it's always fun to see the excitement on the kids' face when we win. So just watching the overall enthusiasm of the coaches, the kids, the fans that are there, those are memories you can't change. And then I like simple stuff like we set the press box on Friday, and I'll watch Ralphie practice because it's kind of fun watching Ralphie practice.
You don't get tired of that.
No.
Last one for you, Dave. So with all that social media, how has the Colorado Athletic Department had to face off that trend, and what kind of challenges have you had with dealing with some of these social media platforms for the athletic student athlete?
It's not as bad as people think. Occasionally somebody tweets something or puts something on Facebook they shouldn't, but we haven't had anything that's really been radical that we've had to correct or eliminate. We try to educate the kids, and probably one of the best sayings you can ever use is, if you wouldn't want your mother seeing it, you probably shouldn't write it.
Right.
And that usually hits home with most of the kids and the coaches. So unfortunately, something happens and in 10 seconds it's around the world. So you try to educate them on that as well and realize there's no recall button on a tweet.
That's correct. Well, listening to we're here with Dave Platty. University of Colorado honored you this past week, and we are just honored to have you on our program today for Hispanic Business Television. You are a pillar in this community when it comes to sports. Not only do you do your stats here, what you do with the Rockies, the Broncos, you're all over the place. You are a man of many hats that you wear, and you have a song of the day, and your Billy Joel concerts. You've been, I don't know how many, and Jimmy Buffett, your concerts, right?
33 Buffett concerts.
33 Buffett concerts. Dave, well, good luck tonight and the rest of the season, and thanks for spending some time with Hispanic Business TV.
Oh, glad to. You guys are very supportive of the program, and we'll do anything for HBTV.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Right back. The Buffs actually had a chance to win that game. They were tied at halftime, 17-17, but Arizona was just too much for them at the end. This week they got Oregon State.
Good luck to the Buffs. Alex Rodriguez had an interesting first day of work at Fox during NFL Sunday. A friendly game of catch with Jay Glazer led to a TV being broken. It's impressive how quickly A-Rod broke a TV. This happened about 20 seconds after he was introduced. Rodriguez took to Twitter saying, "I'll try not to break anything else. #whoops."
And finally, this week's high school game of the week took us to Memorial Stadium, where the Mullen Mustangs took on the Lakewood Tigers. Let's take a look. Welcome back to another edition of the High School Game of the Week on HBTV Sports. Tonight brings us to LaSalle Stadium here in Denver, Colorado, where the Mullen Mustangs take on the Lakewood Tigers. Let's take a look. McElroy was the workhorse often and early here with a 12-yard run. Late in the second quarter, McElroy with a 5-yard touchdown to the right. McElroy continued his dominance in the third quarter with a 72-yard scamper, giving the Mustangs a lead that they never looked back on. I'm with the winning head coach, Coach Tom Fennell from Mullen Mustangs, 41-7. Talk about your performance tonight, Coach.
Our defensive performance was outstanding. And then obviously when you have the running backs that we have, that was the game plan coming in, was to feed them the ball. And, we had some parts of our game were methodical tonight, but just to have 17 penalties like ended up happening is just not going to win us a lot of games. So we got to do whatever it takes to get that fixed.
And you're right, Coach. What do you tell your team on the message on the game, 41-7? It's such a lopsided game. What do you tell your team going in next week, going against Bear Creek, right?
Right. Well, you got to remember something. This has been a 2-year program for us to get back to this level. And, we've matured a lot, but, we're still learning. We still only have 6 seniors. And so, we can't take anyone for granted. We can't look past anybody or anything. And we have to go to work on Monday and practice just like it's the first game of the season.
Coach, you almost sound like you lost the game tonight. You're 41-7, but that's the expectation that you have for your team, right?
Well, our kids are playing so hard and want to win and are competing. And just to have, like I said, 17 penalties is just like, we can't do that to ourselves, and we got to get that part fixed.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking some time with Hispanic Business TV. We appreciate you. Good luck next week.
Hey, no worries.
All right, thank
Thanks.
you. Bye-bye. That wraps up another edition of the High School Game of the Week on HBTV Sports. The Mullen Mustangs take care of the Lakewood Tigers 41-7. That wraps up another edition of the Sports Exchange. I'm Alex Ramirez.
And I'm Shelly Aragon. We will see you next week.